people, and I'm back with another Limbus company tutorial video. And today I'll be teaching you how to make a Poise team. So, to make a Poise team, you're going to want to direct yourself to the Sinners tab. And then you're going to want to find an empty slot. An empty slot. Now, Poise is a status effect that actually buffs your sinners. So you actually want it on them rather than not. So, to make your Poise team, you're first going to want to take Index Yusang, as he is relatively good at Poise. How Poise works is it takes the potency of your Poise and divides it by the count, and then it adds that resulting number to the speed of that sinner. So it's essentially haste, but you waste a whole thing on it. So your next sinner is going to want to be Index Faust, as she synergizes well with Index Yesang. Next, you're going to want to take Index Don Quixote, as she also has good Poise. Now, these are your core Poise identities. And your proverbial Poise team will typically want to encapsulate the essence of sinking as well. So, you're going to want to take Wild on Heathcliff, as he is core sinking. Now, for your preliminary sinking team, the rest you take is mostly up to you. You can take any sinking ideas you like, such as Hanafuda Ishmael and Coyote Rodion, aka Kodia, aka Knight of Despair Rhodia, aka Knight of Despair Rodion, aka KOD Rhodia. So, this should be what your sinking team looks like from here. Next, you're going to want to take Wuthering Heights Chief Butler Otis, as she has Echoes of the Manor, which increases your ability to apply sinking count. As for your next high density, you're going to want to take Los Mariachis Mariachi Sinclair, as he has a very nice support passive. For Yoshu, you can take anything you want, really. But I personally like Heisho Branch Mao Pack, Heisho Branch Pack, Pack Mao Branch Otis, Ryoshu, because her support passive is very nice. As for Merceau, you're going to want to take Diechi Merceau, as he has a very nice support passive. For Honglu, you're going to want to take anything you want, really. But I personally I don't really like any Honglu support passives. So we'll take Fang Honglu, as he looks rather nice. For your Gregor support passive, you're gonna want Linton Gregor, as he has a very nice support passive. This will be your proverbial Poise team. People, and I've decided we're gonna do a change of plans and start demonstrating our teams on Rufo. Your deployment order is going to want to be Wild Hunt Heathcliff, Index Yesang, KOD Rodion, Butler is Hanafuda Ishmael, Index Faust, and Index Dawn. And then you're gonna want to put on Ujat Oasis instead. For your core Poise sinking, proverbial Poise egos, you're gonna want Thoracalgia, really, and that's it. You can take anything else you want. There isn't really any right or wrong answers here. Although for Ishmael, you are going to want Bygone Days, that is very good, and Title Elegy. Now, the reason people, and we're in the fight now. For all the index IDs, except for Faust, I think. Yeah, you're gonna want to use a defense skill on the first turn. Now, the reason you're gonna want to do this is because using a defense skill gives them Unlock, which is a very good effect because it allows for their conditionals to activate. Typically, for the index, there will be a marked target, and you want your marked skill to target that marked target. As it gains clashing power and extra damage. Now, the reason that... So, the other day, I went to the movies, and I don't remember the film, it was pretty mediocre, in all actuality. But, I went to the movies, and there was this girl who looked quite nice. So I walked up to her, and I said, "Hey there, mate. I quite like how you look. Do you think I could get your number?" And then she politely declined. But then, when I walked away, I heard giggling amongst her and her mates. They must have told a funny joke or something. Now, with KOD Rodion, you're always going to want to have her in negative sanity. This is because if she corrodes, she actually does more when she's corroded. Believe it or not. Nah, you see, Poise is only good if you got a lot of potency and not a lot of count, as you divide the potency by the count. As you can see there, Index GSang had 6 count and 4 potency, which is very bad, as you could tell, as he had lost that clash. Now, if you want to win clashes with Poise, you have to remember that having a higher speed than your enemies actually increases your clashing powers. This is because a fun fact about Poise is that it actually originated in Project Moon's previous title, Lobotomy Corporation, where you manage a corporation of lobotomies or something, I don't know. I never played it personally. Neutrals are alright, we can live with that. This, however, not so much. So we're gonna let it go on a pause.
그대는 어디까지 각오했을지.
아이, 짜증나게.
Nah, in case you don't know, Tremor is actually gonna be my next tutorial video, because Tremor is actually a very shit effect, as it doesn't do anything if the target's staggered, which typically you want an effect to do something while they're targeting someone who's staggered. Tremor is in fact dog shit because of this. But there is a good Tremor team, and you'll get to see it next video when I post that. I don't actually have the video ready, so when I make it and then I post it, in fact, actually.
굳이 직접 목격하지 않아도 느낄 수 있겠죠.
어때? 사람을 단축하니 보기 좋아지지 않았나?
As you can see here, I'm ignoring the pre-scripts, as they aren't actually doing all that much for me. I am not ignoring Hanafuda's Ishmael. Hanafuda Ishmael's gimmick, which makes you use a good skill if you connect the colors. It's like a little puzzle, really, if you really think about it.
당신 짝패군요.
Nah, you may be looking at her sanity and thinking, that's a bit low, don't you think? But you see, her passive allows her to heal sanity when she hits heads on a card. Unfortunately, I don't have her passive active, I think, maybe, perhaps. Which is not good.
매뉴얼을 만들어두길 잘했네.
As you can see here, I have successfully dealt with Rufo's fight gimmick and have killed all of her most of her goons in the first turn of this
어릴 땐 몰랐어.
part of this fight.
왜 엄마가 삼촌들이랑 말도
Heathcliff's sanity might be a bit low. I might have to
그 외부 강사들
let him get off
손가락
the
안에서도
horse.
내로라 하는 실
Did you know Heathcliff's Dullahan? Dullahan directly translates into headless horse. His Dullahan is actually a wolf. This is not misinformation, as I have spread on this channel before.
그대는 어디까지 각오했을지.
지키기 위해서.
No, I forgot that happened. I might have
이제싱
made a little bit of a mistake,
짜증나게.
but it's alright.
유감은 없으시죠?
We still stagger her on the 6th turn, I think, maybe. Unfortunately, Kira, who is assisting us in this battle, has burn, which is not very good. If you remember from my first
나만의
video,
항해 방식.
burn actually spreads to your sinners, which isn't good, because burn
그렇다면
sets them on fire.
총옥과 비. 코코.
I would have preferred her to use that skill next turn when she doesn't have protection,
앞으로 하나.
but it's alright, I guess.
미래를 과거와 같이.
여기까지 와서
As you can
망설일
see,
생각은 하지
I've
않았습니다.
managed to fulfill the conditionals
사람을 죽이고 싶지
for
않았다면
Rian
너희도
Sang's
세피라돌고
Gimme.
처음부터 거리를 하지 말았어야지.
which is in fact to use Furioso from the game Library of Arena. As you can see here, I'm ignoring most of these clashes. I will, however, use Thurgalgia, which I have explained earlier, which I have explained why. Which I have,
그대는
Poise,
어디까지
which is-
각오했을지.
yeah.
주인께서 명하셨습니다. 당신을 청소하라고.
단테님은 매번 기발한 발상을 떠올리시나요?
억제 완료.
직접 밝혀주마.
바이올렛.
Nah, you may be thinking, okay, never mind, I didn't get to explain. As you can see here, Rufo's been put on maximum sanity, which you may think isn't very good. And it isn't. How hasn't he got Furioso? Anyway. So I have a workaround for this. I let my first attack go unopposed. So that it lowers her sanity. And then I can clash everything else a little bit more confidently. Actually, I don't want to use big attacks, do I? She has 8 protection. Okay, skill 1's a hopeless. This one I can use. She might be able to win that. I'm not all too sure. I'm not very confident in that, so I shan't let it go. With the neutral clash. As you can see, I've lowered rule 4 sanity quite a bit, which is very good, because now I can clash more confidently.
아이씨, 짜증나게.
As you can see, the preliminary sinking team, aka the proverbial Poise team, is very effective.
이번에도
I don't
분명
know how
원하시는 길로
Heathcliff hasn't had
그러시겠죠?
another skill 3 in recent times, so he can't really clash, to be fair. I don't know why Reinsane doesn't have its fucking Fury also. I got 9 stacks. That's not very good now. Whatever gets it done, I guess.
정확하게.
As you can see, I unfortunately can't seem to build up a good sinking stack.
아이씨,
This is
짜증나게.
because the index identities focus a little bit more on poise than sinking, which is fine considering this is our proverbial poise team. But the preliminary sinking team would rather have a sinking stack be built up properly.
올라오셨습니다. 당신을 청소하라고. 주목과 비.
However, Tremor is seeming to be made, it seems to have a good stack being built up. You know, I've actually got a joke about Tremor.
대행 완료. 거기서는 왼쪽으로 가서. 그렇지. 좀 치는데.
Now, as you can see, Kira has inflicted burn. I mean, paralyzed. And burn. Actually, burn isn't good.
아마도
두렵지 않습니다.
You know
그런
what?
날이었을 거야.
Kira is not
나보다
that good.
먼저 엄마가 집에 돌아오는 날.
It's just, you know.
학교 마치고 집에
Now, as you
돌아왔을
can
때
see,
문 너머에서 엄마
she's still got
발소리가
negative
들리면
45 sanity. I remember it
우리는
not.
신이 나곤 했지.
I remember it changing her sanity. Whatever. I don't know why Ishmael is so keen on using yellow skills in her slot, as they are the worst only of her skills in the selection she has
아직 수는 남았다.
to select from. I still don't know why this man doesn't have Furioso. But as you can see, Rule 4 sanity is so low, I can just clash with anything.
당신
In fact, I reckon we kill her here. I say her sanity is low. It really wasn't. That was... I overlooked. Minor. Whoops. I guess. As you can see here, I do reckon we don't kill her on this turn. But she definitely dies next turn, fortunately. I do reckon Heathcliff corrodes here. Heathcliff doesn't want to corrode, Rodion does. That's not very good now, is it?
죽는 것도 사는 것도 지령했듯 두렵지 않습니다.
Let's see who we target. That ain't good. That really ain't good.
이번에도 잘해줬어.
As you can see, the preliminary sinking, proverbial Poise team is rather good.
이렇게 하나씩 알아가다 보면
There
언젠가
is, in
반드시
fact,
찾을 수 있겠지.
another way you can build
세상의
Poise,
모든 것이 담긴
but
단
it
하나의
does involve having slow sinners, which isn't all too good, as declaration may be worse. I made the mistake of getting her. I thought she was a good Poise Addy, because she had haste, but as you can see, she is rather prolific with her Poise count, which isn't very good now, is it? Anyway, that was a guide to Poise. Do give me some feedback in the comments, if you will. And that'll be another tutorial done. Thank you for watching.